Alright fellas, haven't made a video in a few days. Just had a lot of stuff happening and going on. But what I'm going to try and do is get the intake on. But I've also ran into some problems with the lifters and the rockers and stuff, which I will show you here in just a second. Haven't made any progress. Actually, I'm waiting on some stuff to get here, and I'm going to explain that as I show you this. Let's see. Let me set this valve cover down. Got huge messes everywhere, sorry. All right. I did the first two. I put them on there, right? And cranked the engine over by hand. And on the second time I cranked it over, it actually ripped the stud right out of the head. So what I tried to do was first and it only ripped it out halfway, so there was still threads in there. I had to unscrew it the rest of the way to get it out. And I thought, well, maybe I just throw a little JB weld on the threads, use it as like a Loctite and thread it back down. And I did that, and it tightened down tight. But as I turned it over, I waited a whole day, whole 24 hours, before I tried it, just to make sure it was good and sealed, you know. And turned it over, and it popped it up again halfway. So what I did is I ordered 18 helicoils, 3 packs of 6. And what I'm going to do is take all the studs out, thread in helicoils, and then put the studs back into it. The helicoils should work. At least that's what I'm told, is that they will work. So I really don't want to have to order 1/2-inch studs and try it again. I don't have that much material to work with where the studs thread in, and I don't want to crack and break it. Also, I thought, well, maybe I could put a tack weld on the edge of it. But since the heads are cast iron, and I can't get them hot enough with my torch, it just popped it up as well. So I'm gonna grind that off with the Dremel and get that all nice and smooth back off, and pull those out and put helicoils in all the holes on both sides. I didn't even try this side or any of the other ones, since that one popped out. So this one's all still the way it was. But if one popped out under stress when the engine's actually revving, they're all gonna pop out. And it's gonna cause nothing but mayhem inside the engine to destroy it, and I don't wanna do that. So I'm going with helicoils. They're my best bet for it to actually work without having the heads tapped again. I think what happened is I only went one size smaller than the 7/16 by 20 when I drilled it. And so when I tapped it, it didn't give enough threads up against the wall. I should have went 2 sizes smaller. So I thought it was kind of easy running the tap up and down. You know, it wasn't very hard, but it was making threads, so I thought it would be fine. But I was wrong. I should have used 2 sizes smaller instead of 1 size smaller. And that probably would have gave me enough threads, and then I would have been fine. But the threads weren't thick enough into the wall, and that's why they're popping out. I'm learning, I'm getting there, slowly but surely. And the original 302 push rods, I just kind of threw them in here loose. Well, this one's loose. This one must be under a little bit of tension. I guess it's a little loose. This one's really loose. But I can't tighten them down all the way, or put them down all the way where they belong, because these push rods are too long. So I left them loose. I went ahead and turned the engine over until I got these put all the way down on the cam, and then I went ahead and installed them a little bit loose so that I could just go ahead and turn it over. And it did work. Went around one full rotation to where both of these went all the way down and all the way back up. But I kept cranking it over just to verify everything was going to be okay, and it wasn't. This one right here popped right out. This one didn't, but this one did. And so since I did all the holes with the same bit and the same tap, it's just going to be that way with all of them. So unless I go with 1/2-inch studs and re-drill it and re-tap it, you know, it's just more of a pain. I'd rather not do that. So I just order the helicoils. So what we're going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and get the intake on at least. So that's taken care of in the harmonic balancer. And I got the brand new intake studs and harmonic balancer. I'll show you here in just a second. I got to go grab them and set them up. All right. Summit Racing harmonic balancer. And it looks really nice. It's got 3 sets of timing marks on here for different things. What I don't know is I've never seen this before. I have no idea what the hell this is even for. And it has all these little things in different sizes. It's got, this is probably for the fan, I'm guessing. 3, no, maybe, yeah, 4. And 4 bolt holes for the fan, or for the front pulley. I guess I can go like this, sit them up like here. Yeah. It's got 4 large ones. And then 4 really short ones. The only place I can think of that these would go is between the harmonic balancer and the pulley that goes on it, depending on the type of pulley. I have no idea what this is for at all. And it's a big clip. I guess I have to read some instructions. It's kind of rare for me. Usually I just watch videos. Oh, and these are Speedmaster intake studs. This is what we're going to do first. Get these all put in. So I guess I should probably open these up. And I got some Loctite we'll throw on these and thread in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of them. 6 for each side. So let me grab the Loctite and we'll get on this. All right, the intake and the harmonic balancer's on. Not exactly the correct procedure to do this, but for me it is, so worked my whole life. For over 40 years I've been working on cars. Probably 45 years. I don't know, somewhere around there. I don't even remember how old I am. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna pull these studs and rockers, or those two rockers off, no studs out, and wait for the Helia coils. It's supposed to be like another 3 days before they get here. They're coming all the way from Tennessee to Nevada, so yeah, so that's all I'm waiting on now to go any further. Meantime, I got other stuff to do. What's been going on is my Jeep is taking a crap on me. For some reason, after I've been driving down the highway and I come to a stop sign, running absolutely beautiful, and just dies. Put it in neutral, fires right back up immediately, runs fantastic. I don't get it. Plus, my gearbox has a missing tooth. The steering gearbox is broke. Still works, still steers, just got a bad tooth. Or bad worm gear, whatever. Bad bearing. And front left drive shaft is about to snap in half. It's because it's all-wheel drive. It's got the T249 transfer case. But I've got a T246 for it sitting out here with the yoke to switch. And brand new U-joints is all going on it. So once I get a chance to get it in the shop and work on it, I'll show you that too. The other thing is I got to get something reliable running so I have a daily, because right now my only daily is my Jeep, and I'm lucky to even get 10 miles to the gallon in that thing. It is absolutely horrible on gas. You know, I put 20 bucks in and I can go to town and back twice if I'm lucky. That's it. So I got to get something better on fuel. So I got this Ford Ranger with the 3.0 V6 in it that's reading the bad cam sensor. So I changed out the cam sensor. Still reading the bad cam sensor. Plus it's reading both the O2s are bad. So I think it's the cam synchronizer that's underneath the sensor. And it requires a special tool that I don't have to remove, so I got to figure out how to get the cam synchronizer out so I can get it replaced. And then I need tires for it, because 2 of the tires are completely shot. I mean completely gone. One's actually completely flat with the whole sidewall destroyed out of it. But the body's in good shape. Overall, it's got 1 ding in it. But that's it, and it's not really all that noticeable at all. It's got a bed liner. You know, it's a decent little truck. I've taken it up and down the road before the tire went out on it, and it runs smooth, doesn't pull, nothing. Even with those junk tires, it felt nice to sit in. So it's way better than what I've been sitting in and what I've been doing. It's a little 4-wheel drive Ford Ranger 3.0. So I'm trying to get that running. Plus I just went to junkyard with my dad, and we got a transmission for that Silverado we've been working on. And so I got to finish cleaning this one up and get that transmission in. And my sister brought her car over because the serpentine belt won't stay on, it keeps popping off. So I got to go through all the pulleys and alignments on that, find out what's going on. It's a 2011 Ford Fusion. Just a lot of stuff has been going on with vehicles, and I'm barely keeping up right now, let alone having time for myself to work on the drag car. But I am, as you can see, it's got the intake and harmonic balancer on it. Now we need to get a pulley put on it, and we need to get these studs in there good. And then I could throw on all the electrical stuff and get the, I started on the fuel system, well, sort of. Let me flip around here. I got a piece of aluminum, and I got it all riveted down all the way across on both sides, and but it wasn't quite big enough. So I got to get another piece to fill that in, and to fill in these side panels where I had to cut away for the tires. And I got the tank sitting up here, the one I'm going to be using. This came off of a Ford Ranger actually. And that's my air pump going. Just decided to kick on for some reason. Probably because it's getting so cold out here, below freezing. But anyways, I got straps for these to strap this down and bolt down once I finish with the sheet metal. I just had it sitting in here for mock-up purposes. So, and I have a float going down in here, but no pump is going inside the tank. So what I did, let me show you here. Is I removed the pump off of here, and somewhere the float bowl fell off. It was on there. Crud. I'm gonna have to find it. But anyways, and I'm just gonna run, how do I do this? Camera in my hand. All right, this is 3/8 and this one's 5/16, and I'm running 3/8 line. So what I'm gonna do is run a piece of 3/8 rubber line right down along here to here, and stick it right here at the bottom, and just zip tie it around, make sure it stays there. And of course that's going to be clamped, obviously. And then I got my air breather and my I don't know, maybe I will use the 5/16 line. I didn't want to, but yeah, that's my return line. I guess it's fine that way. Yeah, I just run a piece of rubber line down, use the 3/8 line for my fuel in, and the 5/16 for my return. And then I'll still have a sensor, if I can find the little metal round thing that went in there, that was in there. I have to find it. There's my cap. Went on my camera. All right, didn't want to flip to this side for some reason. Just kind of froze there for a second. But anyways, that's where we're at. And I'm gonna call it a night here because I've been driving today and I'm just wore out. Had to take my daughter to town. She hasn't got her license yet. Grown adult, no license. Ooh. Yeah, I'm supposed to get it next month. So yeah, I think that's where we're at. Oh yeah, I had to use the big electric impact in order to get that harmonic balancer bolt out. And the only thing, I screwed that in by hand, and I've only been turning the engine over with it. That was it. How it got that stinking tight, I don't know. I didn't put no Loctite, nothing on that bolt. That was crazy. My regular impact wouldn't do it, my Milwaukee wouldn't do it, and then my hand wrench wouldn't do it. My breaker bar I couldn't do it with because it's turning the engine over when I was trying to move it. So I had to get the big electric impact, which I already said, I know. All right, I'm just blabbing and, crap right now, so nothing important's coming out of my mouth. So I'll go ahead and let y'all go, and until next time, thanks for watching.